Hello and welcome. In this video, I'll teach you how you can actually go ahead and replicate a page like this pretty easily utilizing Canva. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So first thing is first is we're going to go to canva.com, right? Second, you want to click create a design, and basically you want to go and look for website. There is such a thing called Canva websites, as you know in the course. We have obviously taught you that. Now what we want to do is we want to build a simple page, okay? Well, let's just say it's far from simple, but it's going to be a very good page where we're going to, build a landing page for a product such as this product. So let's get into it. Now, first thing is first, this is the first page of the first section of the page, and here they have this little headline. It says special introductory promo. Try Java Burn for over 80% off today. So we can go ahead and simply, I can show you that using Canva, you can replicate all of that. So let's go ahead to elements. And as far as this one is concerned, we can just simply go ahead. Now, I don't know what is the name of that. So I'm going to take a screenshot. I'm going to go to ChatGPT and I'm going to paste that screenshot. And I'm going to say, what is that thing where the text special, I forgot what it is, special introductory promo is written? What is it called? Right? Forgot what it is. All right, so it's supposed to go ahead and just help us. Let's wait a second. Banner ribbon. Okay, so let's go to Canva, go to elements. That's not the first thing we're going to add, but I just wanted to make sure I know that. So let's look for a couple of people drinking some coffee, couple drinking coffee. Right, so let's look for that. We have an image obviously here on one side. And let's go to photos, right? You can even add a video if you'd like, but let's go to photos. Now here we have this couple drinking coffee, which is fantastic. But I'm looking for more of an image where it's almost, it's a close-up of a couple drinking coffee. I think this one is pretty nice, so let's take it. There it is. So we have this image. It's actually beautiful. But what I want to do, I don't want to show this image entirely on the entire screen. So I'll show you that inside of Canva, there is some magic that you can pull off. First, let's make it bigger. I don't want it to cover everything. And then I want you to click on edit. We have the option, which is to magic expand. So I'm going to click right here and we have the option to magic expand. So I'm going to click that. And I'm basically just going to expand this like so. Now the magic expand tool is pretty much just like DALL-E 2's outpainting abilities and Leonardo AI's outpainting abilities, as well as some other tools as well, like Midjourney with the zoom out feature. There's a feature as well in Midjourney that scrolls to the right or to the left or to the top and bottom. These are features that these AI tools have. And so particularly what we're looking for is just to expand this picture, all right? Now it's still working on it. I'm just going to let it do the job. We have this picture which doesn't look so good. I don't want any person to be in there. So the third variation is what we're looking for. So we don't have anybody there, just some flowers. So I'm going to click done. And that is pretty much that. So we expanded the picture and it looks pretty nice. Now, when it comes to this picture, what you need to do is to click edit. And you can actually go and add some adjustments by auto adjusting. And so I shall be auto adjusting this. And by the way, you don't want to make this entirely looking exactly like this. So you just want to, stay close to that. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to go to elements. And since this is coffee, so it's about coffee, I'm going to go and create a gradient, right? That I'm going to put right here. So let's just go to elements. Let's click the X so that we can exit. It's going to be a very long tutorial. And basically here, I want this shape. So I'm going to click the shape. And after you click the shape, you want to go ahead to the colors. And here, you can actually click Add New Color. And you can choose a gradient of colors. And so particularly, we have a bunch of colors here. So what I'd like to use is the black color, accompanied with the color of coffee, which is the brown color. But first, let's go ahead and fetch the brown color. Let's find it out. There you go. So you can either do it this way or this way, however way you wish to do it. What I would like more is that to swap these two positions, this one should be a little mix between black and coffee, kind of like in the middle. And this should be removed actually. This should be moved to the other side so that we can have it like this. And basically what I will do is I'll actually rotate to the other side like so. I just want to create a simple gradient, and I want this gradient to be expanded to reach that side. Now it covers everything right now, but what we can do is we can go ahead to the transparency option. And you see that after I edit the transparency, it kind of adds that gradient, which looks pretty nice because on one side there's that color there, and on the other there is that color like that. So I think I'll leave it like this, right? And we can actually click on the gradient itself, and over here we can lock it so that it doesn't move, so we can edit freely. Now here we have a banner ribbon, so let's go ahead and look for a banner ribbon. Banner ribbon. And basically here we have a bunch of banner ribbons, so that's a pretty good description. I'll make sure I do not forget this in the future. Now the banner ribbon that they used is that, but we don't necessarily have to be parrots and copy everything that they do. We can actually use our own ribbons. There's some very interesting ribbons here. This one seems to be pretty much the same as the one that they have used, and even better still. But there are some other banner ribbons here that I might actually be interested to use. So let's just go, I think maybe this one. This one is definitely powerful. So I'll take this and I'll actually just make this smaller, or as small, in order to fit. And I need to say special introductory promo. Well, I'm not going to say it like that. I'm just going to say special promo, right? And I could actually make this a little bit bigger. I'm going to put it to the top. And then here, I'm going to go to text, heading. And basically, we need a heading that says special promo. And you are wondering, how can we put this here? Since this is, let's just say there's a rotation here. There's a curve. Well, first of all, let's go to the text color. You can either leave it black or make it white. I'm going to leave it black. And basically, I want to go to effects. And basically in effects, you have the curve effect. And you can control the curve, like so. Right? And as you can see, that's perfect. So there it is. And of course, we can make this bigger so that it fits more space. And you can see that this is kind of nice. You can also do something such as maybe rotating it slightly to fix it, but I don't think that's going to be necessary here. I think it's good as it is. Probably just moving it to the other side is good. I'm going to try to center it around the element like this, and that's it. Now what we're going to do, we're going to select this, or both of them, and group. And now I can zoom out. You can see a special promo here. That's pretty nice. I'm going to put it like this. Then we can go back into Java Burn, right? Try Java Burn. This is pretty nice. Now, if you want to write it like this, you can actually absolutely do it. So let's go ahead and zoom in. I'm going to go to text. I'm going to add a text box. I'm going to say try. Now, on one text box, it says try. And it's not caps lock, right? It's capitalized at the beginning, but lowercase for the other letters. Try. Now this color is purely white because here we can make it so because the background itself is there's more of a shadow. By the way, we can still improve this by going over here and looking for shadow. Since I want the text to appear. So in terms of shadows, if you go to photos, there's a bunch of shadows. This is not the one I'm interested with. I'm interested with a shadow gradient, kind of like this or this. This is the one I'm interested with. So basically what I want to do is I want to rotate this shadow like so. And this shadow is nice because it has that transparency to it. And I can place it here, but still I can actually zoom out. And I can increase the size of it so that it just, covers a little bit more. And then I can actually position this to the back and forward behind that ribbon, that ribbon. And I can zoom out and just crop some excess to bring it back. I don't want a lot of excess. And then we can zoom in. You can see that that's nice. And you can even control how long it stretches if you want to. But I'm just going to leave it there for a second. I'm just going to go to the position. Let me go back because I deleted it by accident. I need to unlock then to go over here and lock the position of it. All right. So now this text, if I put it here, now let me make it bigger. But if I go and give it the white color, it's going to appear in a much better fashion because there's that black shadow over there, right, which is nice. So try, let's put it here. Then let me duplicate Java, and Java basically here needs to be bold. So it is bold, but in this case, this one doesn't have to be bold. Only Java should be bold. And basically, Burn is not bold. Pretty much the same font, but not bold. I don't think it's the same font, but let's just use this, right? Java Burn. And then Burn should not be bold, and it should be put here, like so, right? And we can take all of these, well, not this one. We can group them, but we have to move this out of the way so that we can select all of them. I don't know what's going on here, but all right, let me just select it again. It seems that I'm also selecting that shadow with them when I really thought that the shadow has been made uppercase, has been locked. Or probably there's two shadows. Yeah, there's the shape. That's problematic. All right, there's the shape. The shape needs to be in the back. Right, let me position it to the very back and then forward a bit. And then it should just stretch a little bit out of the design as well. And then there is, if I go to layers, there's the shadow layer. This one should be here. And it should be expanded a little bit out. And it should also be locked. Like so that I can actually select only these three and group them. And now I can bring this back right here. Try Java Burn. Now I can move this as a unit, like this. And that's quite nice. Now here they've added a call to action. This is for over 80% off today. All right, I'm just going to go and copy this, come back over here. And basically, I just want to go and add another text like this. And you just want to paste this inside of it. And in order to achieve the effect that they have also achieved, we're going to have to add a shape. So first of all, let's just put this here. Now it seems that they have used uppercase, right, for characters, but this is the font that they have used is different from what I'm using here, so it's a long font. So let's go ahead over here, and basically there is a font that can do this. For instance, the Bebas New font is actually a long font. So search for it in Canva, it's called Bebas New, right? Just like this, you can find it in Canva. And if you make this bold, you can see that now if we make this bigger, it's actually pretty much the same font, but when it comes to the letter, they have not made it uppercased. They've actually made this like this, but it's okay. I can just leave it like this. I don't want to copy them part by part. And as far as the color is concerned, I'm going to make it black, but I'm going to go to Elements, and I want you to go and grab a shape. So let's click the X to exit. Then here, I'm going to go look for a shape like this one. As far as the color is concerned, they have used a yellow color, so let's click. And basically, I'm going to go to the colors. And there's the yellow color over here. Now, I can choose more of a yellow color. And basically, you just need to resize this like so. And Canva does a pretty good job of it. So I'm going to spread it up until the end. And then from here as well. And you can start to see how things are working. And so basically, this text inside of it, you can move it however you wish to position it the right way. And then you can select the shape and the text and make them a group so that we can just put some space in between. And you can see that this is quite nice. Now here they have put a video. So unless you have a video, what you can do, you can go ahead over here and you can embed a video by just going and uploading a video here, or you can actually look for an app for videos if you have a video URL, but you can actually upload a video and place it right here. So let's go ahead over here and look for YouTube. Pretty sure we should be able to find out the YouTube app. There it is. I'm going to click YouTube. Now I can actually open it. Let me try open. And you need to put a link here or search directly from YouTube. So let's just use the search. Java Burn. I just want to put any video, but the best thing to do is to actually upload your own video. Now, if I search for Java Burn. There's a bunch of reviews. These are, by the way, these are just some reviews by people trying to make money from Java Burn. These are not real, legit reviews of people, right? For the most part, these are just people that know that they can capitalize on their audiences. For instance, this particular channel has nothing to do with Java Burn or anything. I think it's mostly even user-generated content. So I'm going to click, and you can see that it's going to add this video. But I'm not going to add this video because it's not relevant, right? It's showing a review. What I want is not a review. I want a video of, let's just say, something that looks like this. And so I'm just going to place it right here quite nicely. And basically, you can even decrease the transparency of that video, but I'm just going to keep it there for a second. We can put a frame on the video, right? So I can go over here. Now, you can't put a frame on this element because this element cannot be edited, but you can go to elements and you can grab a shape like this. And this shape, you can actually go to the color option and you can make it transparent on the inside. Then you can click border and add a border. And on that particular border, you can actually give it a color, like a red color or like any kind of color that you'd like to give. Here, I think that this color is nice. And I think I'm going to make it a little bit more extreme, orange. And then you can just move this. It's transparent from the inside, not transparent from the outside. And you can put this shape here on top. And just in order to hide some elements, and you can just do something like this. And you can even go to position and position it backward from this element like this by going and viewing the details. And you see that from the top, I need to add a little bit more. And that is quite nice. Okay. What I can do as well is I can select both of them. I can group them. And now we have a video with that, that looks pretty nice. It has a outline to it. And I think that maybe this element needs to be moved slightly to the top, slightly. And as far as I'm concerned, we can add an arrow, to kind of like to point to the video or something. But let's just move to the second page. Now, on the second page here, what they do have is a special introductory offer, So let's go ahead and do something like this. So basically, I'm going to go to this page. First thing is first, I'm going to add a shape. You need to take that shape and place it right here. And then you need to just reduce the size from here and do something like this. Now, as far as this shape, it's actually a gradient, right? It's a gradient between orange and yellow. So I'll click it. I'll go to color. And I'll basically click right here. Select gradient. And make sure the first color that you select is orange. So let's go and find the orange color. There it is. And then for the other color, we can actually go to yellow. I think it's the other way around, but we can just swap these colors like this. And you can see that that kind of does it. Now you can see that our gradient is not far behind from what it is. Now this is a pretty nice gradient. And so what we're going to do is going to make it a little bit bigger from here. And then we can go and add some text that says special introductory offer. I'm going to copy this. Come back right here. Click element, add heading. Like I said, you don't need to make it exactly the same font. So I've put the text. Now I'm just going to have to cover all that excess that we don't need over there. And then you can put this like this. And we can use a different font than this if we want to. So we can use the Bebas New, for instance, or the Comic Sans, or whatever it is that you might want to use. It's up to you, right? I think maybe the Bebas New is pretty nice. And I'm just going to go ahead and increase the size so that it's massive. And I can leave it like this in this color, or you can make it white, depending on what you want to do. If we make it white, it looks pretty nice. But then again, it needs a specific shadow to it, so I'm going to give it a lift. And it's positioned the right way, so that's pretty good. Now, basically, I think we need to increase the size of this shape a little bit more. Drag this a bit down, and that's it. So right now, what we need to do is we need to add these elements that allow people to click when they click the Add to Cart button. Now, you have to understand that we're not going to be able to add animations like these, like on hover. This, for instance, you can do it with Elementor. but not so much with Canva. With Canva, you can build a website, but it's going to be a simple website. So what we're going to do is simply, we're going to go and add all these pouches. So first of all, you need to go to Elements, and you need to go ahead and grab a shape like this. As far as this shape is concerned, it should be gray, right? The color should be gray, except for one, it should be golden. So I'm going to go to the color option, and I want to go here. Basically, just select the gray color. It shouldn't be that gray, but gray enough. Then what you need to do is you need to actually go to the corner rounding and make it round, like so. And basically, what you need to do is just drag this. And as you can see, it's way too gray, right? So it's still way too gray. So you can do something about this by either adding transparency, or instead of just adding transparency, you can just come over here and just try to get it as close as possible to white. It shouldn't be white, but it should be very close to that. I think that this is enough, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go and try to spread this gently. And let me see that if I duplicate this, if the rest are not going to take as much space as this. Let me just do this little thing. Now this is quite big in terms of the width, so I'm going to have to fix the width issue. So here I'm going to go and just do something like this, and then try it again, just to see if we kind of do not have a problem there when it comes to the placement. And it seems that things are nice, but I have to select all of them at once. First of all, this one has to be adjusted. Then I have to select them and make sure they are centered, like this. And this one, it doesn't have the same color as the others, plus it has a border. So first of all, I'm going to click the border. I'm going to add a border of about 5. Then, in terms of the border color, I'm going to go and maybe add a gradient to the border, or maybe just an orange color, or a yellow color, whatever it is. And after that, I'm going to click on it, and basically, instead of the color of the inside, this is the color of the inside. We can use this particular color, but obviously I don't want it to be that yellow, so I want it to be close to white. So what we want to do, we just want to go and find something like this. And there are extensions that you can use that you can just find any color hex code by just clicking on an element on a website. But I don't recommend those because they might have some viruses. So here you can see that this is quite nice. So now what we have to build is we have to build a model for the rest. So first of all, let's copy this image. Then let's go forward. So we have one pouch. I'm going to click Control V. So what I did, I copied the image of the Java burn pouch from there. And I click Control V to paste it here. So I have to make it smaller and place one here. So on one side, we have one pouch. And this has to be a little bit bigger to come over here. And basically, we have one pouch, 3 pouches, 6 pouches. So what we need to do is we just need to go and click the duplicate button. Now on this side, I want to put this pouch, but I want to duplicate this again. And I want to put another pouch here. But it shouldn't just be here. It should actually, in terms of the position, it should be positioned here behind. Then you need to duplicate another one, and you should put it on the other side, like so. And it should also be positioned behind the first one. And you can see that we're kind of getting in it. Now, in order not to have an issue, I need to select all of these and actually lock all of them. But I'm just going to do it one by one because I can't do it like that. I'm going to lock this. I'm also going to click this one and lock it. I'm also going to click this one and lock it. So I've locked all of them. And now I'm going to have to move this slightly here. And basically, I want to select all of them, make sure they're centered around the shape, but also at the same time, the distance has to be pretty nice there. And so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to duplicate all of these, put them here. Now, obviously, it's 6 pouches instead of what it is, which is 3 pouches. Let's see how they did it there, right? So they kind of did it pretty much the same way, but right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click these. I'm actually going to get them closer here and closer here, but at the same time, I'm going to select those 2. Now, by the way, remember that you can zoom in for extra precision. And when you zoom in, you can do some really, really good design. I think that for these ones, I have to reduce the size of them like this. And then simply, I need to duplicate this one and do the same thing to it, right? So just make it smaller and then position it backward. Actually backward from all of them. And you can see how that looks. And then we need to just select this one as well. Or instead, in order to keep the same sizes, I'm going to duplicate this one, place it right here, and then position it backward of everything. And you can see now these are not 6. How did they do 6? Actually, they managed to not do 6. These are more 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. How many do I have here? Right. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5. I think on one side they added 3, so I'm gonna just do it like that. I'm gonna move this slightly. Go back for a second. I'm gonna click this one and duplicate it, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and make this smaller. Position it right here, and then just position it behind everything else. That kind of does the trick. Now, at the same time with these, I'm going to do the same thing by reducing them to kind of fit like this, and that's it. And as far as this one, it should be like this as well. All right, so pretty nice. Now we've added all the pouches. What we need to do is just go ahead and add the prices. So for 1 pouch, 2 pouches, 3 pouches. So first of all, let's just put text that says 1 pouch. And it should be on this side, right? It's uppercased and it's in a different font. So let's just go ahead and click. I think maybe they have used, I don't know what is the font that they have used, but I can actually ask ChatGPT that, but I'm just going to go ahead and use whatever font I want. So let's try this one. And it seems that this one is pretty nice, but I'm just going to go ahead and increase. Is it going to be easy to read 1 pouch? I think this font makes it difficult for people to read. That's my opinion. You can keep it. Now let me try something different. Now the Times New Roman is definitely not a font for this. Let's try Furidoka. Way too thick as a font. These ones are very thick. I don't want a thick font. So you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and use maybe the Garrett font. All right. This one is nice. And I can make it bold. So I'm just going to go ahead and place this like so. 1 pouch. It should be in the center of the shape, close to the top. And that's quite nice. Right, so we have 1 pouch and then 30-day supply. So I'm going to copy that as well. Basically going to duplicate, click to paste the 30-day supply. This obviously doesn't have to be in this particular size. It shouldn't be, it should also not be bold. And I could put it here. Then we have $69. So first of all, let's copy $69. Let's go ahead over here. Now for this one, I'm definitely going to be using a different font because 69 has to be long. So there's only the Bebas New that I think of that is a font that can achieve that. And so basically, let's just scroll to the top because it's still in the in the previously used. Or I'm just going to go and search for it. Actually, there it is. There it is. So you can see that with this one, 69 is way longer, and that's the effect that we're looking for here. Right, 69 per pouch. Right, I think that this is big enough. Maybe we can make it a little bit bigger and move it on one side. Then I can just take this and duplicate it, and then it says per pouch. And that's in 2 lines, so per pouch. All right, and I can just click and position this to the left side and increase the size of it so that it fits with this like so, and you can see that that's not bad, right, per pouch. All right, I think the distance, maybe the line spacing should be a little bit like this. Then I can actually increase the size a little bit more. Yeah, that's kind of nice. Now let me move this slightly here. That's good. Okay, perfect. So one last thing here, maybe a little bit more line spacing. And this has to be down like this. All right. So now that we've added that, we need to add a call to action. But first of all, here it says that this is $197. All right. So let's go ahead and do this. $197. I'm going to click it. And in terms of the editing, I can actually add an underline, but I'm not really sure if they allow that inline line that goes through the text. But what they do allow is other things, right? So we can certainly do it in a certain way. But first, let's make the price a little bit bigger, position it near to the pouch. Then you can go and grab a line like this. You can reduce the size of it like so. And we can most certainly just do it ourselves like this. And you can see that that is nice. Now the line shouldn't be that big because it should reveal the price. So I'm make it about 3. I think that is nice. Move it slightly here and here. All right, you know what? I'm just going to keep it how it was. All right. So now as far as the prices, it's $69. So let's go and copy. Actually, I can just duplicate this text, place it here. And instead of 106.79, I can say 69. I can click. And we can make it bold to highlight that. And I can select these and actually move this slightly over here. And you can see that that is quite nice. Now, add to cart, right? So for the add to cart, I can go to elements. And I can just say add to cart, or I can create my own button. I'd much rather prefer adding my own button, but let's just try it this way as well. We have a bunch of add to cart buttons. If I go to graphics, there's a lot of them. It would be better if we pick some buttons from the add to cart. And sometimes there are buttons that are animated, so we can certainly find a button that is animated. This one is quite nice, but it has a click. There's a click on it. So we just want to add to cart, but with no click. As far as I'm concerned, I think that we just have to create that. All right, let's just go to elements. Now, first of all, we need a shape like this. First thing is we need to click that shape and just add some corner rounding. Then I can click on the color and basically go for the blue color like this, but there's a gradient, as you can see. So if I click the colors and gradient, this one should be very blue like this, open blue. I think maybe a little bit like this. And then the other one should be like that, but it should be like this in this disposition. So top, bottom, like so. And then we can just control the size of the button however we wish. You can paste the button in here and make sure that it's centered like this. So it says add to cart. Now the button has to be pretty big, so let's just move it here. And let's have it cover more space than it does here. This is good. All right, so I'm going to go and get pretty much the same font that we have used here. Duplicate, change, just say add to cart. And we can go ahead and just decrease the size slightly. And then paste the button right here. One trick that you can do is you can click on the spacing. You can add some letter spacing so that you can increase the size of the text. But the reason why I've placed it here is because on one side I want to add an emoji. But first, let's just click the text and move it slightly over here. As far as the color is concerned, I'm going to have to go with white. And I'm going to go for cart emoji. I'm going to go, or cart element in graphics. If I go to graphics, there's a bunch of carts. I can pick this one. And I can actually go ahead and reduce the size of it. And it can be positioned here, but it has to be reduced in terms of the size. A little bit more would do. And then as far as the color is concerned, we can change it to white. And you can see that that's a fantastic button. Now, this is locked. So I can actually select all the elements inside with ease, but I need to group them that we have one element. And now I can duplicate the same button and place it across the other areas as well. Just making sure that it's perfectly centered. And you can see that that is nice. As far as the pricing for the other ones, first and foremost, I'm going to select everything here. Well, not the shape. I'm going to click the shape first. And I'll have to lock the shape like this. Then what I will do is I'll actually select this group, position here. And it should be centered. Instead of one, it should be 3 pouches. So 3 pouches with an E and an S. Then, as far as the supply, it's 90-day supply, so that's different. 90-day supply. $49 per pouch. I'm just going to change the 6 to 4. And I'm going to change the colors. So you can select multiple elements at a time and change their colors at a time. Like this, for instance, as you can see. And that's pretty nice. Then here it says you save 444. We can copy this as well. Basically, duplicate this particular element, place the text inside of it that says you save 444, and we can just crop it like that, and then make it bold. And the color, I think, is a little bit reddish, so we can click the color. We can change it to the red color. Select everything red, but not completely red. Should be a mix, kind of like this. Yeah. All right, and could be positioned here. And so you can see that we're kind of getting in there. Now, as far as the prices, well, first of all, I missed to add shipping. I can add it all in one line, so I'm going to move this slightly here. Then I'm going to go and grab this, duplicate, plus shipping, okay? Then I'm going to move this slightly to here, color, black, and I don't think I have to make it uppercase or bold. I can just make it small. Then I can duplicate, not duplicate, I have to duplicate this. Select group and duplicate. Then you can ungroup. And as far as the prices, make this 500. Actually, first of all, let's just fix something. I need to ungroup this element. Select that line, move it slightly to here, and then move this back where it was. Then duplicate that line, place it on top here, ungroup, select this, remove that line, and move this back. All right, perfect. But this time the prices have changed because for 3 pouches, it's not the same price. So basically it's $591. So if I select the text underneath, it's getting difficult to pick. All right, $597. All right, let's add the dollar symbol. It should be in one line, and then I can move this slightly to here. Enhance or increase the size of this. And then it should say 147, all in one line. And then plus shipping should be moved slightly. And then we're just going to do the same thing with the rest. So first of all, this one, why did it move? Right, let me select, duplicate, paste. I didn't select this time, so I'm going to duplicate it, paste it there just in case. Now it says $1,182, right? But that's not what they're going to pay. They're going to pay less than that. So the discount is $234, and I don't think they offer shipping here. Or actually, I think they offer free shipping. Plus shipping means that you pay for your own shipping. So let's go ahead and make this like so. So it's 234. This one has to be positioned in the center of the shape. The button has to be different here as well. So we have to add free shipping to it. That's why I think I'm going to have to make an adjustment. So I'm going to move these, or instead of moving these, I can just unlock the shape, add some space, and do the same thing with this one. Add some space, and do the same thing with this one. Add some space. And in terms of the button, I can actually ungroup, and I can take that button, move this a little bit down to add some space to it. And then I can go and grab a simple shape similar to that one. Or I can just duplicate this one, click on the corner rounding. I can just make it like this, like a small ribbon. Click the color, change it to red. Position it like so. I need to zoom in, right? Just working on this easily. And yeah, just have to reduce this a little bit. And then we can just add the text that says free shipping, right? So let me just duplicate, let's say free shipping with a P, and like this, and from here as well. But it should be smaller and smaller like this. And I have a trick for it. I can position it here still, but I can click the spacing and add some letter spacing like this and expand so that it can actually just take more space. Free shipping. All right, let's zoom out. I think it's not as powerful when I added the line spacing, so I'm just going to bring it back to normal. I'm going to make it italic, as well as I'm going to make it white in terms of the color. I think that now people can see it clearly. And yeah, so this is nice. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to lock the final these shapes as well. So click lock them again so that I can work. Also lock this one as well so that I can work. And then what I can do is I can actually just go and do the same thing I did. So it's going to select all of this, duplicate them, place them here, basically move slightly like this. And you can see that this is nice. Instead of 3 pouches, now I have 6 pouches and 180 days of supply. So basically 6 pouches, 180 days supply. And it's $39 per pouch. And you save $948. All right, so you see that it's quite nice. Now, as far as the buttons here, they're not going to work. But as an affiliate, if you're an affiliate marketer, first of all, let me move this slightly here. But as an affiliate, what you need to do is you need to actually select this element and you can link to things, right? So, but first of all, you have to ungroup. So for instance, if you ungroup here, you can select the add to cart. You can click link, and we can go and take the Java burner. Let's suppose that this is my affiliate link. You can copy it. You can paste it here. You can click done. Now there's that line that you can just remove by removing it. And then you can click on this other element. You can link as well. You can paste. And as you can see, that's nice. And then you can click the shape as well, the button. And then you can also link to that so that you can maximize the amount of links so that whenever they click on that button anywhere, they will be taken to your affiliate link. And subsequently, you can make money from it. So as you can see, this is quite nice. So we're basically creating a pretty good page. Now, there is that, it says limited time offer, special pricing not guaranteed. Well, we might not necessarily have to add that. But in case you want to add it, it's pretty simple. You can select everything here. But just make sure the shapes are actually released. So now this one is not locked, but this one is locked. So I have to unlock it. Also have to unlock this. And then now we can select every single thing here, excluding that shape there. And you can actually just reduce them in size in order for them not to be that huge. And you can position them like this. And now there's some space for you to add some stuff like limited time offer. So I'm just going to go and do it. I can just duplicate this because it has the same color and the same font that I need. Paste this on top. Remove the space. Reduce the size. Paste it in. We don't have to add this, but you can just simply add it like this by just copy pasting. Now, first, let's move this slightly here. We can duplicate. Paste the text you want to paste, remove any space, and then we can click, change this to a normal font like a Montserrat, and we can change the font to maybe about 15, something small. And here I see that this font is actually, it should be something that's pretty, there's not a lot of space between the letters, but I can fix this by clicking on limited time offer, going to spacing, adding some letter spacing so that this expands. I just need to expand it just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. You can see what I'm talking about. So that's nice. And it does the job, and we can just simply select everything and make sure we center them like this. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select again, move to the top, then zoom out, limited time offer, and you can see that that is quite nice. So we can continue on until we build everything else. But obviously now you get the point. With Canva, you can just use shapes, right? You can use shapes, images, text. You can place things around, and obviously we can do all of this. We can do all of this page. But as of now, I think that you get the idea of what Canva is capable of. Now, in order for us to publish this website, we just have to go and click Publish Website. And then here, the website URL, I'm just going to go and publish it under any URL just to showcase to you. And I can publish. I don't have to connect it to a domain or anything. I can just use this particular URL, and I can just publish it. Now it's getting published, and I can view the website. I didn't add any animations to it, even though I could. But I think even on this website, they don't really have a lot of animations, aside from these animations that you only trigger when you click. And that is because they don't want to drag your attention away from the main thing, which is to purchase their product. So they don't want to miss out on getting sales. And this is how this is going to look like when people are going to go and check it out. Now you can see over here, we have kind of like a glitch at the top. So I think we can easily fix this by going back and trying to find the root cause. You can just edit the design. What we have to do is we have to position this slightly to the right, I think. So I'm going to click. I think that I'm going to go to position. I'm going to click this element. This has to be moved. Why is it not getting moved? All right, let me go back. Position. Click. It's locked. I'm going to unlock it. And now I can move it. Let me try pushing it to the side. And publishing again. You can publish the same website by just republishing it. And it should fix the issue. Now, at times, sometimes you just have to zoom out, right, for some problems to be solved, or zoom in. Like in this case, when you zoom in, you can see that we kind of getting into it. Because, my screen is pretty much different from other types of screens that you can, expect. But pretty much this is it for this lecture. I hope that you can enjoy Canva so far. Go ahead and start creating your bridge pages in Canva. You don't need any hosting costs whatsoever. You can build your bridge pages, use them for advertisements if necessary. Or you can just use Canva as a training ground to train on building on your website design skills. And instead of using WordPress or paying a high fee for some software. So that's pretty much that. Wishing you the best as always. Past me, I'm Gen Z signing out.